Hello, I'm DJ with Kite Paddle Surf, and I'm here to go over kind of the basics of the wings we carry and kind of the differences in the styles of wings and what you find in the handles and the flight characteristics and construction and stuff. So what I'm going to start with is the wing I almost always fly. It's the V3 Wasp from Ozone. Ozone has been in the winging game since the beginning. Basically, them and Nash were the first two brands to create production level wings that actually worked for professional and expert athletes. They weren't just kind of a stunt. This is the V3 version. So what you'll see with Ozone's design in this V3 Wasp is it does have the short style handles. This is my preferred grip system on wings. The reason I like the short handles, and what I mean by short handles is they're basically a hand or a hand and a half width wide. So I can't necessarily just slide my hands up and down as easily as some of the other wings you'll see. But the advantage of this short handle is that it directly attaches to the wing where I want to be pulling on it. The back handle in general on wings is the power handle. So this one is where you really kind of grip it to get started, and you can always use these other handles in passing or when you have too much power, or to just kind of release the handle and move your hands through the system. The V3 also has the Y handles. These are pretty nice. I don't jump wing foiling, but a lot of people who jump do like these. I do use these for passing it through sometimes on tacks and jibes. Another feature you'll find on the Wasp V3 is the window. It's a very small kind of basic window. I'm not a huge fan of windows. I think they do help you get a little bit of vision. But really in wing foiling, we really need to focus on paying attention to other riders out there, windsurfers, kiters, other wingers. Just like a snowboarder, we need to be aware of our blind spots and then just practice riding safely. So if it was me, I'd probably just take out the window just so that all the materials are the same, the stretch is the same, and the wing would be a little lighter. Overall, the construction of Ozone is always beautiful. These are some of the lightest kind of traditionally built wings on the market. One more thing about the Ozone and some of the brands that I really like about Ozone is they have two inflate valves. They have the leading edge inflate and the strut inflate is here. So we don't have a hose here that we can grab. Also, in the event that one bladder pops, we do have somewhat of a flotation system to get back. So next we're going into the wings that I think are my second favorite, if not my favorite wing, and that's the V3 Sling Wing. This is the newest one. This is the hard handle one. So this design, that's already been proven in the kind of long handled, but they're soft. The regular version of the V3 Wasp has already been proven as one of the most popular, easy to use wings for all types of riding, from high level wave riding to freestyle. What we're finding in the sport is some people prefer different handle types. This stiff handle offers the direct attachment to where I want to put pressure in the wing, but I can still slide my hand. So it has the advantage of kind of the short handles like the Ozone system, but kind of like the boom system, which you'll see in a minute on the Slingshot Javelin. It allows me to move my hands and give me a more rigid system. The downside of this is weight. It adds a little bit of weight. It also adds something I can contact either into the board or myself. But I think if you want a hard handle system, the two shorter ones, to me, is the way to go over the boom, which you'll see again in the Javelin. Overall, though, the V3 Sling Wing is just a beautiful design. I love how it has no windows, so we save a little bit of weight. And again, we need to be looking around our wing and paying attention to where we're riding and other riders ahead of time to prevent accidents. The flying characteristics of this one are great upwind and downwind. There are wings that are going to go upwind better than both of these, but both the Wasp V3 and this one have a great feel for upwind and fantastic downwind riding. We have their new wing featuring a boom. So again, the main wings in the Slingshot line are the Sling Wing, hard handle, and the Sling Wing V3 soft handle. Here's an option, especially if you're coming from windsurfing or you prefer the idea of a boom. This is a fantastic wing overall. Again, no window, lightweight, solid construction. I'm not a huge fan of the boom. The boom is super easy to move your hands, switch your hands, and to always find positioning. The downside really though, it's kind of a looser connection to your power source. We have a connection here which is pretty far forward to be pulling on that wing, and then the other attachment is here. So a little bit of intermediate tension here, but that's mostly to change the shape of the canopy. So I think for ease of use, I think a boom is neat. I think for falling on it, it's less positive. You're going to fall onto a harder object. Also downwind. These simply don't fly downwind nearly as well as, especially a soft-handled wing. They kind of wobble. They don't really find a very stable position in the wind. But overall, a very nice wing. Wouldn't be my choice just because of the boom. We're moving on to the V2 A-wing from Armstrong. Really a fantastic wing. It's a very flat design. What you'd find in those Sling Wings, the Javelin, and the Ozone Wasp is they have a little more dihedral shape. So if I look at them from this angle, those other wings are going to be more like this. What that does is it gives me a little bit more stability downwind, but it creates a little bit of inefficiency. So overall, this size for size is a little bit more powerful than those other types of wings. What we also see in the V2 is very stiff, short handles for very direct power access. This wing is extremely powerful for its size. Flies downwind very well. Maybe is a little heavier than it should be compared to, especially the Wasp. But overall, just a fantastic, great wing. Very easy to use, very intuitive power. I really do like this wing. Here's another great option that we have here at Kite Paddle Surf. This is the KT Air. This is a very Maui-based brand, so anything coming from Maui is going to probably be more focused on pushing the sport and also really wave riding. Very simplistic, beautiful long handles. One of the neat features of this one is really how far forward this handle goes. This front power handle and control handle goes so far that it actually still really works well to just keep your hand there when you're riding down with it. It's also very close to this handle for just a quick movement with either or the same hand as we move into the handles down our boom or strut. K2 chose, again, what I like, it's 2 valves, an inflate for the strut and an inflate for the leading edge. Just keeps our simplicity and not grabbing any tubes or hosing. As you can also see, no window. I really like that. Keeps the weight down, keeps our materials and stretch the same. Overall, just a fantastic design from KT. These are a little less common to see on the water, but a beautiful wing. This is a newer wing. This is the MK4 Wing Surfer from Nash. This one we're really excited about. I haven't flown this one at all. We just got this. As you can see, kind of like the Armstrong wing, it is a very flat profile. It's going to generate power very quickly for its size. We're really excited about this one. Another cool feature that they kind of blended is going with kind of a medium length handle. As you can see, it's about 2 hands wide. But in this back one, they still give me a handle that has really direct access to power. So when I pull on this, I'm just going to be pulling on this end of my strut. I'm not kind of distributing that pull. So I can really pull that tail in to generate quick power. This guy still has windows. Again, some of the Nash models have windows. Some have removed it. Overall, I'd probably not go windows for any wings in the future, but beautiful design, great medium stiff, kind of medium long handles, flat profile for good power. This is also an interesting thing that we'll see how this works, is kind of these mini foam battens that they've sewn into the wings. Just overall, this wing is beautiful. Pretty excited about this one. So if you have any questions, please give us a call at Kite Paddle Surf or shoot us an email. Thank you very much for watching this video.